Aiken, or any number of the TAs who are happening to grade this. My name's Tessa, and I'm doing my urban walking tour in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, my hometown. As of 2014, Stevens Point has approximately 27,000 residents, which is not a lot compared to San Diego, but you know. The population of this city is mainly German or Polish, based on World War I and World War II immigration. Most of them came from there and then migrated over here, which you guys all found out about in my family migration paper. After the influx of immigrants during those time periods, the family they raised never left. So they all started raising their families here, and that's why it's still all mainly Polish and German people who reside here. Okay, we're gonna take a little bit walk around downtown Stevens Point. As you can see over here is a mural. Follow along. The murals around Stevens Point are very significant. Each one of them tells a story, like Market Square, right in the heart of downtown. The Market Square back in the early 1800s was where everyone came to sell their produce. Another mural depicts the 10 most influential things to happen in Stevens Point. As you guys can all see, these are all faces. The funny thing is, to get these funded, they actually had people pay to put their face on this wall. So yes, it's a real person. Most of these people, influential people all throughout the greater Stevens Point area. The Market Square I was talking about can be seen right over here. Okay, let's keep walking. The public square held great significance in the early 1800s, when it was plotted out by the founders of the city, including Matthias Mitchell, to create a public square for farmers to sell livestock and goods. Many significant and surviving towns in Europe had successful town squares. This is not a new idea, but a very old one. Today, many could say that Stevens Point's claim to fame is the town square. It is rumored that Stevens Point was once in the Guinness Book of World Records for the cities with the most bars per city block. But the square serves more purposes, such as a gathering place, a shopping area, and continues to be a place for a market where local farmers can sell their goods every Saturday and Sunday. Okay, let's keep walking. What we're approaching now is Main Street. Main Street, full of lots of many old architecture, is actually where the oldest building in Stevens Point takes place. People are starting to watch me. The oldest building where Stevens Point takes place is the Fox Theater. Coming up. Walk faster. First, we're going to talk about Polito's Pizza, where actually, during the Prohibition, there was tunnels that put underneath here, so that when Polito's was raided, they went through the tunnels and then jumped on over to Radio Chaos. It's part. So get back. I don't know.
Alright. You say public library. What's the public library?
Well, it used to be a thing. Oh, okay, yeah, go. This right here is our local county public library. We have one in the entire city where I'm from, where San Diego, I think we have like 16 or 17.
The tunnel.
Up on our right is another mural that you can see located throughout Stevens Point with actual people. And this one is the top 10 things that have happened in Stevens Point. Pretty neat, right? This one right here is talking about Wisconsin and how we were a big paper farming company. Basically, lumberjacks grew up here. Cool, let's keep going. As you continue our walk through Stevens Point, there's many local businesses that take place on this town square. When we were talking about it in class, the idea of a main street, I immediately thought of Stevens Point because that's exactly what we have here. Jim's Loud Music takes over a really unique building in Stevens Point that used to be an old bank. While all the other buildings in Stevens Point got remodeled, this one stayed the same. We kept it exactly how it is, with a gargoyle on top. Finally, what I was talking about before, the oldest building in Stevens Point, the Fox Theater. The Fox Theater, built in 1894, was originally called the Grand Opera House, built by G.F. Andre The Vaudeville Stage Show Theater closed in 1915, but in 1920 it was reopened as the Majestic Theater and remained that way until 1928 when the Wisconsin Amusement Company, now Fox Corporation, took over the operation of the theater and changed its name to the Fox Theater. In 1895, the movie house was closed and has never reopened, although several people have tried to reopen it so you could bring it back to life and have an old school new movie theater. Alright, well, that ends my tour of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Not much to it, but I liked it.